Hello and welcome. It is 6:20 a.m., so that means that we're going to do another concept ship review. This time we're going to be talking about the MISC Expanse. And I'm just going to roll the intro and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
The MISC Expanse is going to be the first small ship with a self-contained refinery system in Star Citizen. It is also going to be one of the most important concept ships since the Drake Vulture. It is designed to operate in tandem with the MISC Prospector, but you will be able to use it with the Argo Mole too, because it has more than enough cargo space to refine all of the materials from a single mole and an additional Prospector. It is currently in concept and we are unsure if it even entered the white box phase of development. But before we start talking about the gameplay opportunities this ship can offer, let's go over its current specifications. It has a small computer, a small radar, 2 small coolers, 2 medium power plants, and a small shield generator. Additionally, it has 2 small fuel intakes, a single small fuel tank, a single small jump module, a single small quantum drive, and a single small quantum fuel tank. It has 2 size 1 weapons and a bed for bed logging, but utility-wise it has a single size 1 tractor beam, an onboard refinery, 16 cargo pods, and it will be able to hold up to 128 SUs of refined materials in mentioned cargo pods. Now you're probably wondering why have I said that this is the most important ship since the Drake Vulture, and here are 2 reasons for that statement. First one being that it will be a mobile refinery, which is a completely new game loop that is added to the game, and we as players were asking for more game loops for a few years now. Second reason is that it will have a size 1 tractor beam. Now if CAG doesn't release this ship without a working tractor beam or the onboard refinery game loop, it will be a giant step forwards in the game's development. Now, being a mobile refinery, it is not really designed for fighting, and that is why it only has 2 small weapons and a small shield generator. But I believe that it will get a second small shield generator because it is too big of a ship to only have 1. Like the Prospector or the Mole, the Expanse utilizes the same folding sack design that allows a second set of pods to be stored on board in a compressed state. By default, there are 8 pods expanded, giving you 64 SU of capacity, and then there's an additional 8 pods compressed above them, giving you an additional 64 SU of capacity once the initial 8 pods are detached. This basically allows the Expanse to stay in place and offload the initial set of pods to a nearby cargo ship and continue refining a second batch. And this is roughly how it's gonna work. When a Prospector delivers you a sack of unrefined materials, you will use the tractor beam to attach that sack to your Expanse's intake socket. Then you will be able to either move the contents directly to your reactor or store it in one of the cargo pods on the side of the Expanse to be refined later. After refining the materials with the reactor, you will be able to store them in one of the 8 cargo pods on the side of the Expanse. Once those 16 SU cargo pods fill up, you will be able to move them into a cargo ship that will carry them to a station for further reselling. And once you detach those pods, there are 8 more additional cargo sacks that will expand, replacing the original 8 cargo sacks. Now, if you want to refine the material directly, you will be able to move the material back to the original Prospector sack via the intake socket. However, you will first have to rinse the sack to prevent the refined materials from picking up impurities. How that's gonna work, we really don't know, but you can also swap the sack at the intake socket for another one before refining is complete. But you will need to be very careful, because the intake socket has a very weak connection and it is simply not designed to hold the sack in place during travel. But this is not a really big deal, because you will only be on location supporting your Prospectors and moles whilst mining. Basically, let them come to you instead of you coming to them. Now let's talk about the perfect uses for this ship. Even though we really don't know what kind of materials it's going to refine, we do know that this ship will help you out a lot during your mining expeditions. I see the Expanse as a great support ship during said mining expeditions, but since we don't know if it is capable of scanning mineable rocks, I can't really say if this ship will be a perfect scout before the mining operation begins. That said, we do know that this ship will greatly cut the time needed to process the unrefined materials. So even if it's not able to refine Quantanium, you can go backslide hunting. So theoretically, you should be able to earn more than mining Quantanium and processing it on refinery decks because you will process the materials in less time. But I'm pretty sure that it will be able to refine Quantanium because the community will go wild if it couldn't. Pair the Expanse up with a Mole, a Prospector, and a Liberator, and you have the perfect ships to do a long-range mining expeditions, where you would land on the Liberator just to drop the cargo off and refuel, and get straight back to refining the next batch that the Moles and the Prospectors have mined. Once the Liberator is full, you can go back to a station or a planet to sell those refined goods. And since the Liberator can carry up to 500 SCUs, one run could make you somewhere around 5 million Alpha UAC. That is, of course, if you want to do some deep space mining expeditions. So with a Liberator, a Prospector, and an Expanse, you will be able to live inside the Aeron's halo, or the asteroid belt that is surrounding the Stanton system. But if you want to keep it planet-side instead of a Liberator, you can use a Caterpillar and its tractor beams to load up even faster, and you will get even more cargo space for your refined goods. And in the end, it is currently unknown how we will restock the saddlebags on the Expanse, but I'm pretty sure that CAG will think of something convenient soon. Right, CAG? Right? It's gonna be convenient, right? Please, just please make something not difficult. So in the end, should you buy this ship? This time it's gonna be a maybe, and here's why. This thing, as I've said, is gonna be a game changer, basically, because for the past 3 years we had basically no progress in Star Citizen. And this is gonna be a really useful ship, especially if you are mining and you have a mining org or you're a part of one. So if you have disposable income, if you want to support CAG, making another game while you're paying for ships in Star Citizen, then it's a yes. But don't have a fear of missing out, because we really don't know when the ship is going to be released. Also, you can buy it in the game. Like, as soon as it gets released, like 3 months later, next patch, you will be able to buy it in the game with the in-game money. So, yeah, like, it's a maybe. If you need it, yeah, go for it. It's not that much. It was like $150, so it's not that much. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. And thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, there's a link down in the description of the video. And thank you to the new patrons that have joined because of the previous video. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. And yeah, that's it. As I've said, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and then, bye.